Module 2, networking concepts. We're going to look at Unit 2.2. So here we're going to look at the information age, or the digital age, where the information age can be defined as the modern time period where large amounts of information have become easily accessible by people around the world due to computing technology. Ne? So what does this mean? It allows you to have easy access weather predictions on the weather prediction so that you can plan your outdoor activities. Although nowadays the weather is not that reliable. Remember, today was forecast 99% rain in Citrusdal. I don't know, is it still raining? I really don't know. Ne? Companies can access information collected in surveys to create new products, and then students can do intensive research from the comfort of their own homes because research materials are available electronically via the internet. But nowadays our students are so lazy, they use ChatGPT. They do not want to search or read the information. They want an AI to tell them what to do. Let's continue. E-collaboration and how networks enables this concept. So what is the definition? E-collaboration is sharing of data and ideas via the internet, as we can see. So collaboration is about working together with others, sharing ideas, resources, and different types of data. So as a farmer, you are able to collaborate with other farmers, sharing ideas for gaining knowledge towards certain information. E-collaboration or online collaboration means collaborating with others online using the internet and collaboration software such as G Suite and also Microsoft 365. The uses of e-collaboration, how networks enable this particular concept and the benefits. So there we can see working on projects with people from different departments in an organization. You can share files and work on the same files via the cloud. And then we can have video conferencing and also instant messaging. The benefits of e-collaboration, it improves our communication. It is really cost effective and also time saving. It improves project management, and then online remote meetings is possible. For instance, at West Coast College, we have 5 campuses, and if a certain topic wants to be discussed with lecturers across all 5 campuses, a remote meeting will be called and we will be allowed to discuss that particular information or have that meeting remotely or online. E-concepts and the digital divide. So digital divide can be defined as the gap between people who have access to the internet and technology and those who do not. An example of this would be Makobo saying there in a rural area where there's no internet connectivity or have access to a smartphone. So using that small nyana phone, ne? Chili what? Chilili. Ne? And as computer technology such as smartphones and internet connectivity become more widely available and more affordable, more people will have access to this type of e-concepts. Ne? Then we look at e-concepts and digital divide, and also different concepts that we are utilizing in our country. So e-government refers to the use of information communication technology to provide public services, information to citizens around the country. Governments need to ensure that their citizens have access to the internet to use the online services available to them. Just an indication who has scheduled the online appointment with Home Affairs. They say you can't stand in line anymore. If you have your appointment, you schedule it for tomorrow, that time, and if you are there that time, you have your meeting. No more long queues. Anyway, where's the applicable? Anyone experience that? Okay, wonderful. We are moving. E-health. E-health refers to the use of ICT in health care. Digital technology has improved the way healthcare is run. For example, people can communicate with healthcare experts in real time from anywhere in the world. Health services are more readily available to all people in different areas. Patients' records are available online to healthcare co-workers. I think this e-health is still a process in certain areas where it is still a challenge to get access to all citizens. Then, e-learning. Um, E-learning we look at or refers to learning that takes place over the internet or even online. The characteristics of e-learning include where the teacher conducts the course online and the students complete tasks online. This is an example of basically your Moodle that you might have experienced through your previous semester and where you had an online assessment. There is no in-person interaction, all correspondence is done over the internet. So we only implemented this partially, where we basically use blended learning. So blended learning is physical and online learning, meaning you have physical class, you are attending, and you have resources online. E-education is a combination of e-learning and classroom learning. The characteristics of this includes lessons are conducted in person, additional lessons can be conducted online, the students can complete assessments online or in the classroom. Learning may involve using textbooks as well as online resources. So Mr. Johannes is the only one implementing this particular fully. This particular e-education at this moment as we can speak. Productivity. So various reasons why or for using networks. Why you should use networks. It allows productivity and for people to be more productive by sharing resources and information. Like we've mentioned, collaborating using wikis, other software like Microsoft 365 or Google Drive, finding information online using the web, and then video conferencing as well. Centralization, networks such as client-server networks as discussed in the previous module or unit, store data in a central location or a server. This reduces the duplication of data and ensures its integrity. And then people on a farm can work with the same data that is up to date, provided they are connected to the network and also the server. So that is centralization of information if you require certain information on a particular farm. Let's go further. Files and funds. You must know the difference between FTP and then EFT as well. File transfer, this basically refers to the transferring of files over a network. The FTP, file transfer protocol, used to transfer these files from one computer to another in a network. Then we look at files can also be transferred using the operating system sharing options. We look at software sharing tools like Dropbox, Google Drive, and also Microsoft or OneDrive. Emails sent in as an attachment. and then funds transfer. This is also called electronic funds transfer, which is EFT, and it allows people to transfer money from one bank to account to another. It is used for making payments or deposits, funds into accounts. Students, cell phones and online banking are example of methods used to perform these transfers. So you can highlight those in your books. And then we look at leisure, luxury. One of the most popular reasons for using a network is the internet. And then the internet provides entertainment and leisure to many people. Examples of using, let's just check, social networks. For instance, instant messaging, you are texting on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger till 2 a.m. in the morning, then you are tired in class. The World Wide Web, online gaming, online books, video and music streaming either to Spotify and Netflix, YouTube, and then also Prime Video. Lastly, we look at e-government. E-government is making use of ICT to provide certain services to citizens via the internet. So, e-government initiates in South Africa includes e-filing, where we have text forms, information can be filed in a file electronically via the internet instead of paper-based forms that needs to be handed in at the South African Revenue Service Office. Some of the employees are still using the old system and not utilizing the e-filing system. E-health, the government is investigating multiple opportunities to use information communication technology to improve the service delivery and patient care with the healthcare system, such as electronic records for easy access, research, and virtual healthcare. Lastly, e-education or e-learning, information communication technology allows training and learning to happen throughout the country, where one teacher or lecturer can teach multiple students around the country at the same time. That is where we are currently moving towards. And I believe